What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney 6. Last time we held a sort of ceremonial ritual for the death of the High Priest. So we came here with Rafa and Maya. No, Maya's not here, sorry. Yeah, just Rafa. We met with the King and the Queen. Now we're going back to the detention center. It's you, Nick. Maya, you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence. But I have a small lead. Really? But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Hashtag jealous? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had motive to kill him. Wah! Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbott in me a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright, I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. But there is one thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. Why? I'll explain later. With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Kurainism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then, in that sense. I can see why it'd look bad if nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Kurain tradition was developed from a Kurainist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Kurainese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Kurain, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Garan and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. And what is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. And it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want. Yep! At least I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm gonna ace the test to become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Kurain Village. That's gotta be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. You must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo-Twilight Realm. So you've already seen. You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There's not a single person in Kurain who does not know of it. Oh, you're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind. For in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable. But I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I want to show off to the both of you. Maya sure seems excited. Ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me you're a Plume Punisher fan too. No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Right. I am telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So how did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit in a Plume Punisher fan here in Kurain. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Kurainese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Kurain. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song, but worse. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go... How does she do that? Daka-da-da-don in the intro. Any reason for them to play the song is fine by me. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm gonna go pitch it to some TV station when I get home. It's gonna be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things. Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay? And leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Back to the temple! It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown. Mr. Wright! Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. Thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me? Yes, please allow me to help. Okay, first we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right. It was that rebel hunter, but what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery, I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. Ha! You know what it could be? Here's a theory. So there's the prisoner who escaped, who has to be the paratrooper soldier we saw in that photo, who is probably also the bearded amnesiac. He, lot like this photo, probably descended from the prison as Lady Kira, but because of the impact and memory loss, the robe was left behind. That's a theory. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation, and shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all. The warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your benevolence! While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You've chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. I gotta change that setting. The text goes so slow at times. I can ramble on before it's even done. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth about the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are of the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial. And your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Tomorrow I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Kurain. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Ooh. Little too soon to end the video, though. But that's typically the sign for it to go from, yep, trial. from investigation to trial. Go! I wasn't able to find any conclusive evidence yesterday. But if I can figure out Lady Kira's motive for threatening the High Priest, then maybe. Nick. Today don't look so down, Maya. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You do well to cease this insanity while you still can. As I said yesterday, I'm gonna defend my client in court! Stupid. Well, know this. You shall not witness a miracle of the sort that occurred last time. The moment she's found guilty, you too will be found guilty of abetting the accused. I never claimed to be a miracle maker, but I am good at discovering the truth. And unlike miracles, the truth is always waiting to be found. The truth, you say? Then it seems you have chosen your fate. This shall be your very last trial. I highly doubt that. I'm gonna prove you innocent, Maya. You'll see. After all, you have to introduce that Plume Punisher warrior of Neo Twilight Realm to the folks back home, right? Right. I may be a defendant this time. But I'll be by your side like always, Nick. Thanks. This place is tough on lawyers. I'll need all the help I can get. Plus, it's always good to have you on the team. Well, it's time. Let's go. Court is now in session. Let the trial of Maya Fey begin. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Quiet! Can't you see Prosecutor Satmani's absorbed in silent prayer? The trial's barely started and the judge is already mad at me. He's very devout for a prosecutor. Why is the accused standing over there? Oh, well... Your Majesty, in addition to being the accused, she is also my assistant. The accused is your assistant, you say? Very well, then. A criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a defiled soul. That wasn't very nice. Yeah, well, bad-mouthing lawyers seems to be a custom of sorts here in Kurain. I must say, I'm surprised to see you still here in Kurain, Mr. Wright. And even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. I cannot fathom why you'd willingly risk your life in yet another trial. The answer is simple, Your Majesty. I am a lawyer, and this is what lawyers do, and I'm gonna wreck this shit. Although, to be frank, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Such foolishness. Sadmani, are you ready to begin now? Yes, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. But first, I promise you both this. I will cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation. Ah! Ah! Splendid! I would expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Sadmani. Please save the victim's soul, Sadmani. Punish the wicked lawyer who dares to stop these last rites. I think I'll pass on that whole fire and brimstone deal. but I'm not surprised by your words or stance, considering what Apollo's told me about you. Yeah, tell them. So it was you who instilled that putrid lawyerly guile within him. What? He too must soon face the fires, lest his soul be lost to redemption. But I shall send you on ahead, so that he'll not be lonely when he arrives. Sorry, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. People say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya? A little. Feels like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court. Except, not so much considering Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, or AA, whatever the hell the acronym was. There was that. But if you do exclude that, then yes, it's been absolutely forever, so long ago. Too bad I'm the defendant. Don't worry. We haven't lost a case together yet. You're right. Let's give this everything we've got, Nick. So I guess they show Pearl in Dual Destinies and Maya in this one. Never together in the same room anymore. Sadmati, would you please explain the case at hand? Of course, Your Magistrate. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder. The victim of her heinous crime was a high priest trusted me. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain. And the cause of death? Let us review the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photo, shall we? The cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the Warbod dagger, which was used in the rite. However, the weapon is yet to be found, though the scene was thoroughly searched. A sacred relic used as a tool of murder? The Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe. The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned Lady Kira's sacred robes, and the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Kuraiism. During the rite, the victim and accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slain the victim was Maya Fey. I must say that does cast a great deal of suspicion upon the accused. Indeed. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in this case. In Kuraiism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. As such, Maya Fey's soul shall be plunged into the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling. There, she shall be tickled without end for 500 billion years. And then released and reborn as... I don't know where to go from here. That is a terrible fate indeed. Would the defense care to respond? And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain. I don't remember killing anyone, and I don't have that dagger or anything like it. As my client stated, she has no memory of the event as described by the prosecution. But more importantly, she had no motive to kill the high priest in the first place.
Objection!
I thought you might say that. Nevertheless, the meaningless prattle of lawyers is utterly ineffectual here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be made clear by her benevolence, Rafa Padma Kuraiin's insights. So it is, and so it shall be. The divination seance reveals the truth for all to see. And so it was. And so it will be. Here we go again. Please show in the royal priestess. Oh, big whoop. Yay. As popular as ever, I see. Rest assured, good people of Kurain, I will defeat this murderer and her abettor. They shall not escape on their freedom expressed today. What a joy it is to have the royal priestess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us her divine favor. Diarrhea Kurain. Diarrhea Kurain! Diarrhea Kurain! She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday. Is there something stuck to my face, Barbed Head? No, nothing, Your Benevolence. Now then, Your Benevolence. The divination seance, if you please. Very well. Nena, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
She has to do that every court case. The victim's Mitama has spoken. The divination seance is complete. Another clearly incriminating seance vision. It could not be any clearer, O foul defense. The accused donned the sacred robe of Lady Kira and then attacked the victim. Oh, vow, very terrible it must have been. The figure of Lady Kira lit against the dim lantern light. The scent of incense growing ever more potent as she drew near. One can almost sense the horror abbot in me must have felt. The facts as presented by her benevolence are indisputable. That wasn't me. Do something, Nick. I'm working on it. That couldn't have been any clearer. Looks like I'm in for another uphill battle. And with that hitting over 30 minutes, I'm gonna end this video here. So stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.